Hey everybody, my name is Pastor Peter, and I am a church planting pastor in the Northeast. That is Maine, Vermont, and New Hampshire. Those three states are usually where I spend most of my time working. And before I start, I just want to say, Pastor Ben is one of the coolest people and pastors you could ever meet in your entire life. And during this pandemic, he has been a really good friend to me, and connecting with him has been some of the most fun I've had during the pandemic, and some of the most thought-provoking times. I don't know if you guys have seen something he does every week. It's called Atoma. And Atoma is basically where we just a few pastors get around and we talk on YouTube about Bible verses or things that we care about. And it's been a really good thing for me to connect with him in that way. And I just want to share a story with you guys. Something really tough, but also the good stuff that has come out of that story as well. So I'm sure that I'm not alone in saying this pandemic has been really, really hard on everybody. And especially as a pastor, during this pandemic, it's been really hard for me to connect with God. And I'm saying that to be honest with you guys, because a pastor, is someone who's supposed to be super close to God, right? That's our whole thing. We're supposed to be super connected with the one who we're supposed to be talking about and sharing with. And I'm just trying to be honest and real with you guys. It's been difficult. And one of the other good things that has happened to me during this pandemic is I got a puppy. Now, this is both a happy story and a sad story. Not super sad, but sadder for me. I had this puppy, and her name was Pepper. She was the most beautiful dog I've ever had, and she was just like a companion, like a best friend, a best roommate that was living with me during the pandemic, helping me to cope and helping me to feel a little bit better, and to have someone with me there, because my family's in California. I'm kind of isolated by myself in Maine, living alone as a pastor, and that's kind of tough. So having someone like that, a companion, I've said some dog as a companion, was a really great thing. And Pepper, she was just the best. We would go on walks, we go on hikes, we do everything together. She would never want to leave my side. She'd follow me everywhere, and it was fantastic. But as you guys know, and as I know, there is sin in this world. And something that I didn't know about Pepper is that Pepper, when she was a little puppy, she had been stolen from a family that loved her very much. And I didn't know that. I bought her from what I thought was a legitimate place, a store where they sold all kinds of dogs. And I went there and I saw her and I fell in love with her and I picked her. And it was from a place where it was just normal. You sell dogs, you get their papers and everything. But these people were not dealing honestly. These people had stolen Pepper from someone's actual yard. And that's terrible. And I don't want to talk about that too much, but the thing that ended up happening is that I was contacted by local authorities, and I was also contacted by the family. They got my email through the people that had sold me the dog, and let me know what had happened. They told me, Pepper used to be our dog. Her name was actually Lucy, and our 4 kids miss her a lot. We're not sure if you still have her or if you even have her, but based on the records, you're the one that's supposed to have her right now. And I didn't want to believe it at first. It really broke my heart. And it was probably one of the worst things that has ever happened to me. And I'm not trying to make everyone feel sad or to mourn with me or anything. I just want to share that story because it made a big impact on my life. It's like losing a family member, because I don't see her all the time now. She lives far away from me, and I ended up giving her back to her family. And after I gave her back, it made it even harder to connect with God, because I was asking questions like, God, why did this happen to me? I really needed companionship during this time, and Pepper was perfect. She was great. She was a really good friend to me. I was learning a lot about her, and I was learning a lot about myself during the time I spent with her. And I was asking God, why do these kind of things happen during the times when it's the worst possible time, right? And I thought about that a lot, and I pondered that a lot. And right after Pepper had been given back to the family, all of a sudden, all of these new, just to explain, give a little bit of background first. I'm a church plant pastor, right? So I'm not in a building. I go outside and I meet people, and I'll either invite them to my house or a coffee shop or a park or go hiking, and I'll invite them and we'll share Jesus, right? So as soon as Pepper had been given back to her family, all of a sudden, I'm getting all these new requests online from people that are interested about Jesus. All of a sudden, like, and I'm not talking about just like 5 or 6 people. I'm talking 20, 25, almost 30 people reached out to me. They're like, hey, we're super interested in learning about this. We saw that you placed an ad on Instagram and we want to talk to you about Jesus. And so all of a sudden I was busier than I've ever been in my entire life. And all these people started reaching out to me. And I was thinking, if I had Pepper, it may have been hard right now for me to be connecting with as many people. And so I started video chatting these people. I started going to parks and hikes and meeting and talking about Jesus with these people. And it was amazing. I felt so close to God in those moments. And it was like it was meant to happen, even though it was terrible. And I don't wish that on anybody. I really don't. And although I still miss Pepper, and it's still one of the worst things that's ever happened to me, it led to something amazing. And all of those people that I was talking with, I'm still talking with them. And they're learning about Jesus. And we're talking about Jesus. We're going places and telling other people about Jesus. It's amazing right now what the church plant in Maine is doing. And so I just want to share that with you, like that story of something so terrible ending up connecting me with God in a way that I never could have imagined. Like I said before, I was having a hard time connecting with God up until that point. And Pepper kind of gave me like that mountaintop experience. And then it went down. But God, out of that valley experience going down, brought something miraculous to my life. And I say miraculous because people don't just reach out about learning more about Jesus in the place where I live. Most of the people that live in Maine are either atheists or they're kind of like just not searching for God. So it was amazing to me. So I just want to share that with you guys. During our lowest moments, sometimes God can make the biggest impact and connect with us in ways that we never, ever thought possible. And maybe some of you guys are still sad about the story I just told you, but I want to end this on a happy note. So I'm going to share with you guys a video that my sister sent me of a dog that she just got for me. I don't know what I'm going to name it yet, but it's a blue heeler, and it is an amazing looking puppy. So I'm not sure, but I think my sister, because of the pandemic, we can't really fly too much. So my sister or my mom might drive the dog to meet me, or we might take a mini road trip to go and get the dog. But I am so excited to meet the pup. And yeah, I just want to leave you with that happy note. Guys, have a great week of worship. And I hope that you guys are treating Pastor Ben well, and say hi to him for me, okay? Right after this video, make sure y'all say hi, Pastor Ben. All right, peace out, guys. Have a good week of worship.